In Death Valley, only the strong survive.
Hello and welcome to day 4 of the RM Rides Death Valley edition. Needless to say, night of day 3 was a good character building experience. So we came out to Eureka Dunes here, and initially we were just gonna camp at the base of the dunes, but then we thought, you know what? Let's go up Steel Canyon, let's just ride through the night, and let's get to the hot springs, Justin's favorite spot. Well, we found probably my all-time favorite road so far. It's actually the worst silt that I've ever ridden through in my life. It doesn't look that bad, but it's awful. We got through that, and then we were trying to go up Steel Canyon last night. Come to find out, we've ridden down it multiple times, but going up it, it's just not possible anymore on motorcycles. So for day 4, the plan is we're gonna backtrack, and we're gonna go into the Saline Valley, and then we're gonna go head out to the hot springs, and then after the hot springs we're going to go up Lippincott, and that's going to take us up and over a pass to get to, I think probably everybody's favorite spot here is the Racetrack, where you have the rocks that move around, and yeah, it's going to be an awesome day. And then from the Racetrack we're going to head back to Old Furnace Creek Campground, and that's going to wrap up day number 4. But first things first, we got to go back through Old Silky Road.
All right, guys, something that we want to mention is how important Onyx was in this whole route. Building it, accomplishing it, helping us get out of bad situations. Luckily, I had all my maps downloaded, all my points of interest ready, and I was able to see that if we backtrack and go to the Saline Valley Road, that'll take us right down and connect us to where the track was headed yesterday. So we're gonna head that direction. What you build on your computer will automatically sync with your tablet, your phone, whatever device you're using, and it's been really, really awesome for building these routes, and I highly recommend it. They're doing a good job.
Dude, okay, let's backtrack here. Last night we got to the Eureka Dune, and then we were coming up to Steel Pass, and we got into like the worst silt I've ever ridden. And let me tell you, this Trans Slap, we've gotten along great up to this point. I've had no issues with her. She's been awesome to me. The silt road, though, was a different story. I crashed pretty good within like the first maybe quarter mile of getting into the silt. That started things off. And then, Wes, you were behind me. I don't know, I was singing Carrie Underwood's Jesus Take the Wheel like every 30 seconds because this thing was just going left and right. And so this morning, to start our day, we're going right back through what we're calling Silky Road because it's so smooth. And I'm full redemption. Me and the Trans Slap, we're doing this. I don't care how many times I fall, I will get my butt through that road because it's only upward from there.
We're gonna find out what happens when we go back through. Should be some good footage.
There goes Gabe.
Good job, Gabe. Check it.
Oh, I gotta stop.
Go, Gabe. Oh, that looks cool. Nice.
That was fun. here.
I'm glad we got to go through that section again.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's cool little road.
pretty.
Apart from the mines, this austere but strangely beautiful land is of very limited use to man. The pioneers passed it by.
Saline Valley Road. This is super pretty. Bristlecone pines, nice and graded road. Awesome time down here. Super beautiful area.
Hell yeah. That was awesome.
Golly, you're fairly great at that thing.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeehaw! What a cool road.
Roller coaster.
Yeah.
Lincoln. Is it still going?
Still going.
Still going.
JD,
Yeah,
we've arrived.
we have arrived. We're at the Oasis.
Button Nose Oasis.
That's right. So this place is pretty cool. Saline Valley Warm Springs. It's like an oasis out in the middle of nowhere, kind of like you'd see in a movie or something. There's like almost no vegetation, and then all of a sudden you got these palm trees and all these hot springs. It's pretty wild.
So why is it called Button Nose?
Well, let's just say there's this guy we met out here once. There's absolutely nothing wrong with his nose, but he had a guitar, and that's about it. And he showed us around the place, but it's a pretty neat place.
Yeah, it's just an oasis, like middle of the desert.
Yeah,
Like, there's nothing around
The first
here.
tub was actually built by the Civilian Conservation Corps. So the CCC threw a tub in, probably their bath place when they built the Saline Valley Road through here in the 30s. And from there, it just kind of became a popular destination for hot tubbers.
Cool. Let's go check it out.
Gabe is hungry, so Justin's pulling all the stops.
That's right.
Peaches, tuna, trail mix.
Have some trail mix.
Gabe, how many miles you got on that tank?
I thought I had 120, but I'm hearing we're at about 140 and I haven't run out yet, so I should be out.
Okay. Did you buy it new?
No, Tyler gave it to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 2003.
I can't believe it runs so good.
I know, I haven't.
It goes as fast as you.
She's serving you well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's screaming. He's going like 65, 70 the whole time. I'm not seeing smoke or anything.
I know, it's a beauty.
Good bike.
Really good bike. Thanks, Tyler.
So I brought a sleeping quilt, which, if you know, it's much lighter and it compacts down, but it's not rated for these temperatures. It's been cold every night.
I had a Zero with 2 down blankets in there with me, but I was just right last night.
You have 2 blankets?
Yes.
You didn't share one?
I would have gladly. I didn't
You
realize.
could hear me shaking in my
I
tent.
did.
My teeth
What
chattered.
that noise was.
Eric's sweating in there, just taking off.
Oh, sorry, man.
So we just passed by the base of the salt tram on the Saline Valley side. This was a salt tram that carried over 700 pounds of salt in a bucket over the mountain, 13.6 miles to Keeler. It cost around $750K to build this thing, which is $23.1 million in today's money. And what's crazy about it is it goes over 7,600 feet in a super short amount of space.
I just hit reserve.
Now, since our original route through Still Pass didn't work out last night, we were forced to backtrack to make it to this point. Unfortunately, this meant some of us wouldn't have enough fuel to get to the racetrack and back. Those who had enough fuel left for the racetrack, and the rest of us made our way to Panamint Springs to fuel up.
Lippincott Pass.
This pass has been washed out and almost impassable in years past, so just another reminder to always be checking the NPS website and maps for closures and just to make sure you have the most up-to-date conditions.
This is no joke, that's for sure.
All right, guys, we're out here at the racetrack. This is one of my favorite parts of Death Valley. It's kind of tough to get here. It takes a little bit of effort to get here, but it's something that you'll never see anywhere else. So basically what it is these rocks look like they're making trails across this playa, dry lake bed. And what they've decided, they actually got scientific proof on cameras and everything after watching for a long time, is that what happens is a lot of rain, it freezes ice sheets on top of the playa. The rocks are sitting on top of the ice, and then the winds, kind of like today, some gnarly winds come up and it moves the whole sheet of ice. Not the rock itself, but the sheet of ice. Then the ice is what's moving the rocks. And so it gives you these cool trails out through here. And they're all through this playa, all the way through. It's awesome, you gotta see it. So the plan now is we are going to go back down Lippincott and hit Saline. and then we can cruise over, go down to Panamint and get gas, because just like everywhere out here in the West and adventure biking, you are ruled by gasoline.
Story time. Yeah, so we came out here doing a lot of our tire testing for the 2-Tracks tire, and we actually came from the Ubahibi crater, and it is super, super washboardy. And we were coming up the pass, and I was realizing I couldn't like ride straight. It was like dog walking on me, but I was like, oh, it's kind of sandy, not too worried about it. I'll check it out. I checked my tires, they were still inflated. We parked up here at the grandstand, and I looked down, and the swing arm pivot bolt nut had backed out, and my shaft was sticking out that far. It was almost completely out. And anyway, so we jacked up the bike, we slammed the pivot bolt back in. Luckily it wasn't bent. And then we took some of this decomposed granite rock, and we just jammed some in there. And it worked out because it's got a bolt on both sides, so if one comes loose, it could come out either way. So we just packed rocks on both sides and nursed her on back to Ballarat, Beatty, where a tire shop actually had a bolt that fit perfectly. Yeah, we were able to nurse it on home. It was a miracle. But every time I come to the racetrack, unfortunately I don't think about the rocks, I think about a swing arm pivot bolt. And I now check that every single time before I go out riding.
Yeah, thanks. I check mine too.
Yeah, yep. Loctite, baby.
Went 206 today, but 203 is when it ran out of gas. I've just been shaking it back and forth, and it would light back up. Yeah, doesn't get as good as the 790s for sure.
That's what happens when you ride a bike this fun.
Oh, I know.
Hey, last gas.
Yay! We made it. We all made it.
Where are we at?
I had plenty of gas.
Panamint Springs.
Gas station. Anyway, long day, but it was good. It was a lot of fun. It's windy now, though.
Right, we got Gabe. How was the ride?
It was sick. It was just the right amount of challenging, where we had some struggles, but we made it through it all, so it was perfect.
All right, got the carb fixed up, and we're gonna be sending him off. He's headed ahead of us a bit early.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, good riding with you. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Okay, well, back to Furnace Creek. How many miles is it? 50?
About 50, 48, 43.
50 miles back into Furnace Creek, which is over that mountain range. And then we'll call it a day.
All right, everyone, that is a wrap for day 4 here in Death Valley for Arm Rides. And man, what an absolute blast. We did over 900 miles in the 4 days that we've been out here. But to wrap up day number 4, we went to the Saline Hot Springs, which is actually incredible. You have this oasis in the middle of the desert. And then from there, we went over and we saw the racetrack and then came right back here to good old Furnace Creek. So a couple things to keep in mind, a couple things that I learned is you kind of live and die by gas out here. So our route today, we actually had to make some important decisions based off of mileage and in our fuel range. So you always want to be mindful of that when you're planning these routes you're coming out here. And then also another thing too we learned is temperature swings. Where we're camped right now at Furnace Creek, it's 70 to 80 degrees in the afternoon. But last night we were camping, it was in the 30s. So you got to be prepared for that if you are going to be camping off the bike and some of those higher passes. But overall, it was an absolute blast. Remember, subscribe to the RM Rides YouTube channel. All the routes that we did this week in Death Valley, we have all the routes that you can download right to your GPS, to your phone, so you can do the same routes and the same points of interest that we went to while we were out here. So please subscribe. Hope you liked it. We'll see you on the trails next time.
Goodbye, Death Valley.